called A Saint is a Sinner Who Never Gave Up. Now, right now, I have the pleasure of being in the studio with Kristin Fung, who's visiting us from Toronto.
Toronto, aloha.
Aloha. So, first of all, what brings you to our sunny isles?
The sun, the warmth.
Yeah, it's a little cold and dreary on the north shores of Lake Ontario this time of year.
It's horrendously cold for me. I think in my soul, I'm a tropical gal. I've always dreamed of coming to visit Hawaii, and I'm so glad to be here finally.
Well, we're definitely glad to have you here.
Thank
we're
you.
definitely glad to have you in the studio tonight. So, let me ask you this. How long have you been playing music?
Piano since I was 5, and singing shortly thereafter. I was really shy as a little kid, but I loved singing. And it just kind of exploded from there. I got really into musical theater. I always wished I could be in musicals and stuff, and I was in a couple in like school and things like that. And then I studied music at the University of British Columbia in Vancouver, which is where I'm originally from. And during that time, I got really into jazz, and I studied jazz piano, and I worked for the Vancouver Jazz Festival and got to just see like 50 shows like a week, and it really like became this formative experience for me, like experiencing all different kinds of music. And yeah, that brings me now to here.
Now to here. Okay. So, once you found this passion for jazz, what doors did it open up that you didn't see before?
Yeah, jazz is a funny word because I feel like there's so many different ways that people choose to define it. And often when I play my music, people see me and they see someone like singing and playing keyboard, and they're like, yeah, that's jazz. And then like they're like, yeah, she's wearing a red dress. Yeah, that's jazz. But I feel like my music is like inspired by jazz, funk, R&B, soul, musical theater even. Like,
do you have a genre you define yourself as, or do you just let other people do it for you?
I'm letting other people do it for me, but I once worked with a producer that said something that I kind of liked, and I'm still trying to get used to it, but I think I'm starting to like it. She was like, yeah, your music's like ja-funk. It's like jazzy and funky, and there's something else about it, but I don't know what it is yet. And I think that something else is just like my essence, which is all of the influences in music that have accompanied me in my musical journey. So, ja-funk with a bit of mystery.
Ja-funk with a bit of mystery, I like that. I'm curious though, since you actually have your degree in musicology, what did you learn in academics that, say, most musicians that you jam with would not know, or what was the most surprising thing you learned?
Well, when I was at UBC, I studied classical voice, so that was like a very different environment from what I'm working in now. But I think the discipline of learning how to sing really well and learning how to read music, like Western European notated music, was a really cool experience that like not every music tradition has. Like some music traditions are oral and others have different like ways of notation.
Right.
So it's cool to just learn like a particular musical language and to be like held to a really high standard of performing it.
All right. Now I'm curious, do you think that your exposure to the tropics out here in the middle of the winter, trying to assuage some of the seasonal affective stuff, do you see any sounds coming from that?
Oh, from spending time in this warm weather?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my real self here in tropical weather. I don't want
that vitamin D.
Yeah, it's pretty cold in Toronto. Yeah, I just feel like being in the warm weather and seeing all the beautiful vegetation here, even just like the random flowers that are on the, I don't know, sidewalks and stuff.
Hawaiian music, even the ones about heartbreak, are all upbeat and.
Yeah, there's a true warmth about this island, and I'm just so happy to be here and learn about it and take it all in.
All right. Well, I know that you're going to be playing for us live for an hour between 10 and 11, and that's coming up soon. But if people like what they hear tonight, where can they find you online to find out what you're doing, where you might be playing, or see any releases you might have?
They can go to KristinFung.com, so that's KristinFung.com.
Okay. Any social media presence?
Yeah, I have like 5 Instagram accounts, but they can.
Wait, which one would you like them to follow? Right?
They can find me on Kristin Fung Music on Instagram.
Okay, and that, again, that's a Kristin with a K and 2 I's.
That's right.
Okay, so Kristin Fung Music, KristinFung.com.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, are you playing any more live shows in the islands?
Not this time. I'm studying ukulele right now with Byron Yasui.
Okay.
And so I'm spending most of the rest of my time here trying to get good at ukulele.
Okay, well, that's definitely a good thing to do. In Hawaii, any special shout outs or gratitude you'd like to give? Well, you got this captive audience.
Yes, I just want to give a shout out to you, Evno, for hosting us, to the professor for his amazing show earlier today, and all the people listening in Honolulu right now and all over the world.
All right, so once again, this is Kristin Fung. You can find her at KristinFung.com or on Instagram at Kristin Fung Music. She will be playing live for you in exactly 15 minutes and 22 seconds. In the meantime, thank you so much for being here with us, Kristin. I can't wait for your set. Oh, that's what I actually wanted to ask, because I found it incredible that you're on the island for a short time, and all of a sudden you have all of the band members of the Treasure Tones backing you up, and I just want to know, how did that happen?
How did that all fall together? I have to say, Justin was the professor was very helpful in that, introducing me to Aaron, and Aaron really pulled everyone all together. And I was like, hey, you play bass, like, can you maybe make a trio or something? Do you know a drummer? And he was like, oh, and there's a guitarist, and there's a synth player who also plays vibes. So we've got Aaron Friedman on bass. Shout out to Aaron for putting this all together. Tommy Fox on drums, Thomas McKay on vibes, and Kona Askai on guitar.
There you go. All right. Well, this is amazing. It's great to have you in the studio, Kristin. Once again, a big shout out to the professor who has been part of KTUH for what, 18 years?
No, not that long. I think 11.
11? Okay.
Yeah.
You
like
get
that.
me confused because I've been here for 14.
Oh, okay.
15.
Oh, okay.
Something like that. All right, now I'm making us all feel old.
Okay. Well, yeah.
We're going to continue with the music. We will be back with your incomplete list of event announcements in about 5 minutes here. In the meantime, this is going to be Jamarek with Wakati. Oh, thank you for keeping it tuned to Radio for the People. This is the only station that loves you, KTUH.